Namaste, yogis. Welcome to my channel. I'm Yoga with Penny, and today I have for you a vinyasa flow, about 35 minutes or so, just to wake up the body and stretch all the tissues of the body, and just in general give you a little bit more energy and make you feel a little better. Whether you're doing this in the morning or at night or somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. I do have 2 yoga blocks behind me. If you have props, great. I don't think you'll need them for this class, but if you have your blocks, go ahead and grab them. So we're going to start in a child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. Coming down wherever's comfortable for you. Again, you can always pad up the knees if you need to here, because we're going to be here for a few cycles of breath, a minute or so. And then reach those arms long, send the hips to the heels, slide the shoulder blades against the back ribs, and let your forehead rest on the earth. If the forehead does not reach the earth, please place a block or maybe a small folded towel or blanket underneath the forehead. You don't want the forehead just hanging there. Let the forearms rest on the earth for now. And then just invite in a natural breath and an awareness of the natural breath, in and out the nose. Feel all the places where the body is connected to the earth, all those points where gravity is pulling you to the earth, holding you safely against your yoga mat. Just scan the body and just notice without judgment any areas of tension in the body. Allowing the body just to feel as it does, just noticing any areas of tightness or tension. And setting an intention for your practice, something you want to draw in to your life. It could be a sense of peace, joy, or something else. Just state your intention as if it's already in your life 3 times to yourself. And then once you've set your intention for practice, start to practice the Ujjayi breath. If you don't know what Ujjayi breath is, just a deeper breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Turn your palms to face up and just squeeze your fists a few times. Pump your fists just to release out the hands and the wrists. Turn the palms back down, lift the forearms up, stretch the fingertips towards the top of the mat. And continuing with that deep Ujjayi breath, or that deep breath in and out the nose. Start to slide forward into a modified lion's pose. Drop the hips towards the earth, slide the shoulder blades back and down. Gaze neutral, maybe where the horizon is. Breathing in and out the nose. Take a big breath, and as you exhale, press back to a child's pose. And then begin to invite a flow in here. Inhaling into your modified lion. Exhaling into your child's pose. Keep moving and breathing, opening the hip flexors, the back. Stretching through the arms in your child's pose, stretching the low back in your child's pose. And if one or the other of the poses feels good, maybe you hang out for a couple cycles of breath. And then back to your child's pose. Next time you exhale. This time when you inhale into your modified lion's pose, maybe windshield wiper the feet side to side. Let them drop to the right as your gaze goes over the left shoulder. Inhale, center, and then exhale to the other side. And then move and breathe between the two. Make sure you're pressing through all corners of your palms, the finger pads, all four corners. The base of the index finger presses deeply into your mat, as well as the thumb, and you're spreading those four fingers wide. Thumb stays neutral. All right, come back to your modified lion. Take a big inhale here. Back to your child's pose. Turn those palms to face up, and one more time, pump your fists just to release out the wrists. Let's get a little side stretch in here. Take the left hand off the left side of the mat. Right palm stacks on top of the left. Drop your head between the upper arms, stretching through the right side of the body. And then come back to center with your inhale. Off to the right. As you exhale, right palm down, left palm on top of right. Drop the head between the upper arms. Stretching through the left side body. And then come back to center. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, come up to an all fours position. Bring the knees under the hips. Walk the palms forward. Inhale, downward dog. As you exhale, curl your toes under. Send the hips to the sky. And start to pedal out your dog. Moving the feet, bending the knees one at a time. Let your head just hang. Pressing through the palms, lifting the center of the palm, pressing through the base of the index finger. And lengthen the arms long. Turn the biceps towards one another as you slide the shoulder blades back and down against the back ribs. And then steady your dog here, pressing the heels towards the earth. It's okay if they don't touch. Pressing the tops of the thighs strongly back to lengthen the spine. Come up high on the toes with an inhale, all fours as you exhale. Knees under hips. And start some cycles of cat and cow. So inhale to your cow pose, drop the belly, raise the sit bones, raise the gaze slightly. And then exhale, tuck your chin for cat pose, dome the spine, press the earth away. And keep moving here. I like to turn my fingers to face my knees. It gives my wrists and forearms a little stretch. You can do this, or you can keep the fingers facing forward. If your wrists and forearms don't like this, don't do it. Honor your body and your practice. And about 15 more seconds of breath and movement. Continuing with that Ujjayi breath. Bringing back into mind your intention for your practice. And then press back to child's pose. As you exhale, let your intention go. Know that it's been heard. 3 more breaths. And then coming all the way back up to an all fours position. Once again, walk the palms forward, coming into that downward dog. Do a couple more pedals here. Drop the head, shake the head, no, for no tension in the neck. Shake it, yes, for having an awesome practice today. Hey, steady your dog. Raising the right leg slightly with an inhale, step forward to low lunge as you exhale. Right foot forward, left knee to the earth. And you can either remain with your hands in low lunge on your right thigh, or you can bring them up. Just make sure that right knee is over the ankle and in line with the second and third right toe. From here, let's do cow face arms. So right arm behind, left arm up and over. So if your left arm is more forward like this, just take that right hand and press the left elbow up and down as your left fingertips come to the left shoulder blade. And then take your right arm out in front, turn the thumb down, and then see if you can find those left fingers. If you can't, no worries, just reach back there. Keeping the shoulders over the hips. Again, if this does not work for you, just keep your fingers interlaced on your right thigh and just breathe. Opening up through the left hip flexor, through the shoulders if you're in cow face arms. And slightly hinge forward, let those arms go. Fingertips on the earth, press back to a half split. Okay, the heart reaches forward towards the top of the mat. Nice long spine here, fingertips on the earth or your blocks if you need. Take a big inhale And then fold as you exhale into your half split. And make sure those hips aren't going to the left too much. Kind of center the hips right to the middle of the mat. So you're not leaning to the left. All right, and then let's add a flow here. So inhale to your low lunge. Reach the arms up, open through front body. And then exhale back into your half split. Now you can use your blocks here. You can carry your blocks with you. If you need blocks, just absolutely use them. Or you can just float your arms here, using your core, drawing the belly into the spine. Just making that low back a little safer by engaging the belly. And also it helps you keep your balance here as you flow back and forth. All right, let's end up in our low lunge pose with an inhale. Twist with the exhale, left arm down, left palm to the earth. Curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, and open up. Right arm high, gaze can be up at that right thumb or down at your right big toe. Breathing here, drawing the left ribs towards the right inner thigh, keeping the belly strong, engaging the left and the right quadricep. Inhale, exhale, right palm down, step back to plank pose, 3 breaths here. So squeeze your thighs, lift the kneecaps, slide the shoulders back and down, gaze off the front of your mat. Pull the belly in and squeeze your glutes. For 3, 2, 1, downward dog, send those hips right back up to the sky. Pedal your feet. Once again, just a couple of times, still warming up. All right, so let's do the other side. Left leg floats to the sky with an inhale. Low lunge as you exhale, step the left foot forward, right knee to the earth. Okay. And make sure the left knee is over the left ankle. And up we go with the arms. You can bring the arms up high, or you can keep your fingers interlaced on your left thigh. If you want to do the cow face arms, you're going to take your right arm up this time, touching your right shoulder blade with your right fingers, making sure that right elbow doesn't come forward. Just press it back and then down just a little bit. Take your left hand out in front, turn the thumb down, and then see if you can reach. Now this side, I can reach my fingers. The other side, not so much. So each side of your body might be different. And you're breathing, still using that Ujjayi breath, or just a deep breath in and out the nose. Feeling this in the front of the right hip now. This side is tighter for me, so just notice that in your own body. Hinging forward slightly, release the fingers to the earth and start to press back into that half split pose, lengthening the left leg long, curling the left toes towards your face, heart towards the top of the mat to begin with. Nice long spine. Take a big inhale and then fold as you exhale and breathe. Feeling a stretch in the back of the left leg this time, left hamstring. All right, and let's start to flow. Inhale, low lunge, arms float. Exhale, half split. Long left leg. Again, use your blocks if you need to walk yourself, or just float the palms, but just keep the belly drawn in. This is balance. This is core. This is also protecting the low back by keeping the belly drawn in, the core engaged. Inhale to low lunge, twist as you exhale, right palm down, and curl the right toes under, lift the right knee and twist. Left palm high, gaze can be up at that left thumb or down at the left big toe. Draw your right ribs towards the left inner thigh. Keep the belly engaged, shoulder blades back and down. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, left palm down, step right back into that plank pose. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, shoulders back and down, belly draws in. For 5, 4, you've got this. 3, 2, 1. Then it shift forward, slowly, slowly, slowly lower, all the way down to your belly. Okay, cobra pose. So palms underneath the shoulders, bring those big toes together, and then press up into cobra number 1. Elbows are bent and forehead down to the earth. Inhale to cobra number 2. And then all the way down. And one more. Inhale, and then exhale all the way down. Press yourself up and back into child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart, or the knees can be a little closer. And then sliding back up into an all-fours position. Once again, let's walk those palms forward. Take a big inhale, downward dog, curling the toes under, send the hips high. And let's just do a nice little stretch here. So after a couple of pedals with the feet, once again, steady your dog and lift the heels up and then slide the heels over to the right, drop the heels. Bend your right knee and then come to the left fingertips. So you're stretching the left side of the body. So start to gaze under that left armpit as your right knee is bent. You're on your left fingertips. Your right palm is down and you're gazing underneath the left armpit. And then release, really nice side stretch there. Come back to neutral in your downward dog. Lift the heels high, shift the heels to the left, drop them down, bending the left knee, coming up onto the right fingertips and then gazing underneath that right armpit. Oh, such a great stretch, the right side of the body. And then come back to your neutral and your downward dog. And just steady your dog here. Okay. Float the right leg up to the sky with an inhale. Open the hips. So keep the shoulders square to the earth. Open your right hip by bending the knee, bringing the right leg, right knee up towards the sky. And then gaze and keep your head nice and neutral here. Just no tension in the head or neck. Float the right leg to the sky with an inhale. As you exhale, revolve Skandasana. So step the right foot about 6 inches behind the right hand and then start to turn. The left hip's going to be on the bottom, left palm down, right arm up. Revolve Skandasana. Okay, pull the belly in, slide those shoulder blades against the back ribs. And then reach the right fingertips up overhead as you lift the hips ever so slightly. And then as you exhale, drop the hips, maybe reaching those right fingertips towards the back of the mat. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back down. Okay, plant the right palm on the earth, plant the whole right foot on the earth and start to scoot that foot forward. Left heel is up as we come up into high crescent lunge, reaching all the way up. Take a nice big stretch here. Sink into the front thigh as you squeeze and lift the back thigh. Belly's in, shoulders are back and down. And breathe. Take your right hand, grab the left wrist, and then draw the left arm towards the right side, getting a nice stretch to the left side body. And then release back up into your high crescent lunge, hands to heart center. Start to shift forward into chair pose, reaching the arms high. Sit the booty down, shift the weight to the heels, reach the fingertips high, and turn the biceps towards one another. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. Half lift inhale, shift the weight to the toes now. And then step back into your plank pose. Take 3 breaths here, squeezing, contracting, drawing everything to the midline. And then start your vinyasa, either knees, chest, and chin, or shift forward and chaturanga dandasana. Cobra or upward facing inhale, and downward dog exhale. And a couple of breaths in your downward dog, making this a rest pose. Let your head go, shift your hips a little higher towards the sky. All right, so let's do the other side. Left leg floats to the sky with an inhale, bend the knee, open the hip up. So keep the shoulders square to the front of the mat, pressing the right heel towards the earth. No tension in the head or neck.
And then float that left leg to the sky with an inhale, revolves Skandasana, stepping the left foot forward 6 inches behind the left palm, and then starting to roll to the pinky side edge. So this time your right hip is down and your left hip's on top. Reaching the left arm to the sky, slide that right shoulder blade against the back ribs, pull the belly in, reach up and overhead as you lift the hips ever so slightly, and then exhale, lower the hips, reaching the left fingertips towards the back of the mat. Inhale, lift, exhale, dip. 3 more. Lift with the inhale, down with the exhale, lift with the inhale, down with the exhale. 1 more time, lift and exhale. And then plant that left palm coming into high crescent lunge, right heel over right toes, whole left foot on the earth, and then reach up. Ooh. All right, so sink into that front thigh, engage and lift the back. Take your left hand now to your right wrist, and then just take that stretch. Drawing the right wrist over towards the left, stretching through the the right side body. And then release, bring your arms up overhead with an inhale. Bring the palms to the earth, step it back to your plank pose, and go ahead and vinyasa. Your vinyasa of choice, either chaturanga, dandasana, knees, chest, and chin, cobra pose, or upward facing inhale, and then downward dog as you exhale. Okay. Take a couple breaths in your downward dog. And then start to walk those feet towards the hands, coming into your first forward fold. We're well into this practice today, but this is our first forward fold, so take it easy, maybe a little softness in the knees, shifting the weight to the balls of the feet, and then let your head go. If it feels good here, you can just stay here. You can grab opposite elbows and just sway side to side a few times. And drop those fingertips to the earth, half lift, create space along the vertebra. Exhale, fold, root the feet, rise, Urdhva Sthasana, inhale all the way up with those arms up overhead, hands to heart center as you exhale. Just close your eyes and just take a couple of breaths here. All right. Open your arms, send the arms to the sky with an inhale, and then take a wide step to the back of your mat with your right foot as you exhale, coming into 5-pointed star. All right. Toes are pointed in to begin with, and your ankles are right about underneath your wrists. So if you drop the strap down, the strap would hit your ankles. Now bring your hands to your hips. Turn your heels and your toes out for goddess squat. So the booty goes down like an elevator, not an escalator, straight down as those knees point towards the second and third toe. Okay, squat down and then bring your hands to your thighs. Okay, shoulders back and down. Let's do a little stretch here. So try to draw the right shoulder towards the left inner thigh. Just stretch, bringing the left shoulder back. Feeling a stretch through the inner thigh. Inhale back to center, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands to the hips. Come all the way up. Turn the toes in. Okay, and once again, you can measure, kind of just gaze down and make sure your wrists are over your ankles. Coming into triangle pose, so hands to the hips, draw the belly in to protect the low back, turning your right foot out, right heel, left arch alignment. Bring your arms wide, gaze towards that right middle finger, reach the fingertips, and then come into your triangle pose. Right hand, wherever it lands, the back of the right palm can be on your calf, the fingertips can be on the earth. I'm not there today, but just stack the shoulders and draw that right sitting bone a little more towards the direction of your left inner heel. Okay, belly's in, really opening through that left shoulder. And then take your left hand and bring the back of the palm to your sacrum here. Pull your belly in because this is going to be core. Take your right hand out in front of you, maybe bringing the index finger and the thumb together, and smile. Use your belly to bring you all the way up to a reverse angle. And come back into your 5-pointed star, hands on the hips. Okay. Come back
And let's do triangle the other side. So always pull the belly in when you transition like this to protect the low back. Turn the left toes out, bring your arms out, start to shift the fingertips, left fingertips forward, coming into your triangle. Once again, reaching right arm this time up high, left back of the palm on your calf, maybe the fingertips are on the earth, shoulder blades back and down, scooping that left sitting bone just slightly towards the direction of your right inner heel. Belly's in the whole time. And you're breathing, gauging both quadriceps to lift both kneecaps, pressing through all four corners of both feet. And then take that right hand, the back of the palm reaches the sacrum, open that right shoulder, and pull the belly in. This is core, lifting that left arm, maybe thumb and index finger reach. And then all the way up with an inhale to your reverse angle. And come back, hands out, hands to hips, coming into 5-pointed star. All right, so let's turn those toes back in now. Okay, almost slightly pigeon-toed. So they're either facing forward or you're slightly pigeon-toed. And then press the hips forward, draw the belly in. All right, bring the arms out and then start to come into your wide-legged forward fold. All the way down you go. Okay, shift the weight towards the balls of the feet to bring the hips over the heels. Let your head go. And maybe you stay here. Maybe you reach the fingertips under the fingers underneath the heels and draw yourself in a little deeper. Releasing those fingertips, come to a half lift. Take a big inhale, hands to hips as you come all the way up. All right, let's do one more thing with our goddess. So hands are on the hips, turn the heels in, the toes out, start to bring that booty down again, just like that the elevator, not the escalator. And scoot down, turn those knees more towards the second and third toe. Bring your fingertips to the side of your head, no interlacing, just the fingertips there. And let's just do some oblique stretches. Side to side, keep your belly drawn in because this is balance. As you see, I almost fell forward. All right, let's just do a couple more on each side. All right, come back to your hands to hips. 5-pointed star, one more time. Take a big inhale, wide-legged forward fold, but stay half lifted here. And start to heel toe the feet a little closer, just outside your hips, coming into Malasana squat. So start to drop the booty down. Start to drop the booty down a little bit. Heels, if you can get them on the earth, take your feet a little bit wider. Maybe that'll help. You can always place a block underneath your bum, and that might make this a little more accessible to you. And once you shift it side to side, find stillness right in the middle, palms together, thumbs at the sternum. Really press those inner thighs, those inner knees away from each other. And then just take a few breaths with your eyes closed. And let's add a little twist here. So open your eyes, planting the left palm on the earth. Your twist may be just bringing the right arm to the sky. Gaze can be up or down. If you want to bind, you can take that right hand behind you, back of the palm on the sacrum. Reach your left hand around the left shin. Maybe you find your fingertips and you can gaze down or up, whatever feels good to you, or just hold your twist for about 3 more breaths. And if you have the bind, release the right arm high, left fingertips to the earth, and then come back to neutral. Okay, so neutral before we go to the other side, just to neutralize the spine. And then plant the right palm on the earth, and it can be as simple as the left arm comes up. This is a great twist right here. Okay, gaze can be up or down. Then if you want that bind, you're going to take your left arm behind, back of the left palm on the sacrum, reaching the right arm around your right shin, maybe finding the left fingertips. Don't force it though. Just go as far as your body allows you today. Honor your body. Again, your gaze, if you're bound, you can be looking up or gazing down. Your drishti just needs to be soft. So soften the eyes. And then release if you're bound, bringing the right fingertips to the earth, left arm up high, and then everybody come to Malasana squat. And then slowly pull your belly in and lower yourself down to the earth, of course, removing the block if you have any. And then sit forward on your mat. Let's just get a few stretches in before we end our practice today. So let's do cow face pose. Let's do a twist first today. All right, so bend the left knee, pick the left foot up and over the right. Wrap the right arm around the left shin, bring those left fingertips behind you, lift out of the low back, press the crown of the head towards the sky, and then twist, drawing the right ribs towards the left inner thigh. And you can keep your chin over your heart center, or you can bring that chin all the way over to that left shoulder for a little stretch. And then bring your chin back over your heart, release to half cow face pose. So the left knee stacks on top of the right. If it doesn't look just like this, you can, and you have a space, that's okay. You can always put a block or a blanket between there if that's not comfortable, but just shift side to side, maybe pulling the flesh away from the sitting bones. Make sure the sitting bones are on the earth and then fold in, okay? And just allow yourself to rest. You can allow the chin to rest on the knee if it comes down that far, but you may be up a little further and feeling this, and you're feeling it in the back of your legs, so just let that feeling be. Don't push too hard here. If you're feeling this up in the gluteal crease, way up high in the thigh, then you want to ease out a little bit. You want to feel this in the back of the calf, the back of the knee, and up to the middle of the hamstring. And slowly start to walk yourself up, coming into double pigeon, plant the palms behind you, shift your weight back, and then stack the shins one on top of the other. So I'll face you to show you what that looks like. Left shins on top, or you can just have the left shin out in front if this doesn't work for you, and you're just gonna walk yourself forward and fold. Ooh, feeling this in the left hip because the left shin is on top. And then lengthen your spine long, plant the fingertips, bring yourself all the way back up, untie the legs, and then bring them long. Once again, root the sitting bones, and let's go ahead and do the other side. So bending the right knee this time, pick up the right foot, bring it up and over the left. Nice long spine here as you wrap your left arm around your right shin and the right fingertips go behind. Now you can keep your chin over your heart, or you can bring the chin all the way to the right shoulder. Just make sure you're lifting out of that low back, growing taller through the spine, pressing the crown of the head towards the sky. Nice spinal twist. Twists are relaxing and energizing at the same time. And then bringing the chin back over the heart center. Release, drawing yourself into half cow face with the left leg long, right knee on top. Again, shift around so those sitting bones are rooted into the earth, and then bring yourself, fold yourself over that right thigh, right knee. Remember not to feel this up in the gluteal crease. You want to feel it from the middle of the hamstring down on the left side. Plant the fingertips on the earth. Slowly walk yourself up, coming into double pigeon. So this time the right shin's going to be on top of or in front of the left. Wiggle around, root the sitting bones, and then start to fold over. Just please start to gaze up. Walk yourself up. Plant the palms behind you. Untie the legs. Bring the legs long, coming into staff pose. Root the sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. One quick forward fold before we end our practice on our back. So bring the arms up as you inhale. Draw the heart towards the big toes, keeping a long spine, planting the palms. And then if it feels good, just round yourself in. You don't have to pull yourself in here. Let gravity just pull you in. Continuing that breath in and out the nose. If you're still practicing the Ujjayi breath, you can let that go now and just come to a more natural breath. Bring the gaze up to the big toes, lengthen the spine long, start to walk yourself back. Let's just counter that with some reverse tables. Bend the knees, place the feet hip width apart, shoulders back and down as you press your hips up towards the sky, gazing at the navel. Take a big inhale and an exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale all the way down. Give your knees a hug in. We're going to make our way to our back to finish out our practice. Just take a long spine, really grow tall through the spine. Take a big inhale here, and then using your belly, just slowly bring yourself all the way down onto your back, making sure your head is going to land on your mat. Draw the knees in once you get here. Give your low back a stretch. And then place your feet mat width apart. Nice wide feet. Goalpost your arms and just do some windshield wipers side to side here. Breathing in and out the nose. Let the knees drop to the left. Now you can just stay like this. You can also take that left foot, place it on top of the right thigh to intensify this a little bit. And you can also bring that right arm long up overhead and gaze to the right, just a little deeper stretch here. And just breathing in and out the nose. A natural breath now, letting the body breathe you. And then releasing that left foot to the earth if you had it on the right thigh. Bring your gaze up, right arm down, and then bring your feet wide once again. Windshield wiper side to side. Letting the knees drop to the right next time. They're that way. And you can stay here. This is perfectly fine. This is a wonderful twist on its own. You can take that right foot to the left outer thigh. You can engage and lift that left arm overhead, gazing to the left. Just a little deeper form of this twist. And releasing the right foot. Bringing the left arm back to goalpost. Bring your gaze back to the ceiling. One more time, bring the knees up, and just a couple more times to neutralize. Bring those knees right and left a few times. Hug your knees in. Take a big inhale. And send your body into Shavasana pose as you exhale. Let your body go long. Arms down by your side or whatever's comfortable for you to rest in for a minute or two, allowing your practice to be sealed within your body as you hold Shavasana, stillness. Shavasana allows us to take all the changes into our body that the practice has offered us, our physical body, our emotional body, and quieting the mind body. So all you have to do is find stillness and feel heaviness in the body as it rests. And you can always hit the pause button and stay here as long as you like. But if you are ready to come out of your Shavasana, just make whatever movements in your body are good to start waking up. Maybe you rotate your wrists and ankles. Maybe you rock your head side to side a few times. Maybe you take a good morning stretch, pointing fingers, pointing toes, reaching your body long with an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself one last well-deserved hug. And roll to your right, using your left palm to press yourself up into a seated position. Root the sitting bones, palms face down, eyes closed. Nice long spine here as you just take a couple of breaths in silent breath meditation, just becoming aware of how you feel now compared to when you started your practice. There's no judgment, there's no comparison. Just bring awareness to what you are feeling in the body at this point. Bringing your hands to heart center, thumbs at the sternum, a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. And there is a light that dwells in each one of us. It is a divine spark. When you are in that light in you and I am in that light in me, we are one. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.